Have you seen words in English that have the same spelling and pronunciation but different meanings? Do they confuse you? There are also words that have different spellings and meanings but the same pronunciation. And there are some words that have the same spelling but different pronunciation and meanings. Do you know the term that is used for these different types of words? Well, this lesson will tell you what these words are, what they mean, and you will have lots of examples for each one. At the end of the lesson, I have a short exercise for you to see if you can identify the different terms as well. I'm Lane from English Made Easy. This channel is dedicated to creating easy and interesting lessons so that you can improve your English in an enjoyable way. If you enjoyed today's lesson, do hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to English Made Easy if you want to get notified when I post more easy and interesting lessons in English. So without much ado, let's start with today's lesson. These are the terms homonyms, homophones, and homographs. And at the end of the lesson, I hope that you will be able to identify the difference between all three of these words: homonyms, homophones, and homographs. What's the difference? Let's find out. The first word, homonyms. What are homonyms? Homonyms are words that have the same spelling, same pronunciation, but different meanings. If you look at the example, you will see what I mean. The rose was lying on the table and he rose from his seat to greet her. In the first case, it is a flower, a rose, and in the second case, it means rising, to get up. The rose was lying on the table, the flower was lying on the table, and he rose, he got up from his seat to greet her. If you look at both words, they both have the same spelling, R-O-S-E. They both have the same pronunciation, rose and rose, but they have different meanings. And if you come across words like this that have the same spelling, the same pronunciation, but different meanings, they are called homonyms. Let's go to the next one. Homophones. Homophones are words that have the same pronunciation, but they have different spellings and meanings. And here's an example to show you what I mean. They hired a band for the event. He was banned from attending the event. If you look carefully at the words that are highlighted in blue, you will see that they have the same pronunciation, band and band, but they have different spellings, B-A-N-D, and in the second case, B-A-N-N-E-D. And the meanings are entirely different. In the first case, they hired a band for the event. A band is a group of people who play musical instruments and sing. And in the second case, he was banned from attending the event, which means he was not allowed to attend the event. So the meanings are different in both cases. So remember that when you have words like this that have the same pronunciation but different spellings and meanings, they are called homophones. And now coming to the third one, homographs. Homographs are words that have the same spelling but different pronunciation and meanings. Look at the example below. She watched him bow to his master. He wore a matching bow. If you noticed, I pronounced both words differently. Both words have the same spelling, B-O-W, B-O-W, but they have different pronunciation. In the first case, it is bow, and in the second case, it is bow. The meanings are also different. In the first case, she watched him bow to his master. He bent down, he bowed. And in the second case, he wore a matching bow. Okay? A bow. Now let's see if you can look at the following pairs of words carefully and then decide if they are homonyms, homophones, or homographs. Homonyms, homophones, or homographs. Here you go. Let's see if you got it right. They are homographs. And why are they homographs? Because they have the same spelling, T-E-A-R. Do they have the same pronunciation? No, because the first word is pronounced tear and the second one is te. Do they have the same meaning? No, because the example will show you that in the first case, I saw a tear rolling down his cheek, and in the second case, he decided to tear up that sheet of paper. Tearing, to tear something. So, two different meanings. And hence, this pair of words is called homographs. Take a look at the next one. What are these words called? And let's see if you got it right. They are homonyms. And why are they homonyms? Because they both have the same spelling, B-A-R-K, B-A-R-K. They are pronounced exactly the same, bark and bark, but they have different meanings. As you can see in the example, we heard the dog bark a mile away. And in the second one, he peeled off the bark of the tree. So in the first case, we're talking about dog barking. And in the second case, we're talking about the bark of a tree, the part of a tree. Take a look at the third one. What do you think this is? This pair of words? And if you thought that they were homonyms, then you are absolutely right. And why are they homonyms? Because they have the same spelling, as you can see, B-A-T, B-A-T. They have the same pronunciation, bat, bat, but they have different meanings. Why is that? Because if you look at the example, you can see he sat down and sulked because he could not find his bat. We're talking about a bat that is used to play a game. And in the second case, the bat almost flew into them. A bird, a bat, rather a mammal. Okay, so they are homonyms. The next one. The answer is homophones. Why are they homophones? Because they are both pronounced in the same way, e and e, because H is silent, e. And although they are pronounced in the same way, they have a different spelling and they have a different meaning. I needed a breath of fresh air. And in the second case, he was the rightful heir to the throne. So in the first case, we're talking about fresh air. And in the second case, we're talking about someone who is a successor to someone else. He was the rightful heir to the throne. Remember that in this case, H is silent. And here's your last question for today. Let's see if you got it right. They are homographs. And why are they homographs? It's easy to see because they are spelt in exactly the same way, Lead. They are pronounced differently because in the first case it is lead and in the second case it is led. And they have different meanings too, because the first example says the road will lead to his house, leading somewhere, taking you somewhere. And in the second case, this bag is as heavy as lead, a thing, a heavy thing. So this bag is as heavy as lead. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. We come to the end of that for now. I hope that you can now identify the difference between homophones, homographs, and homonyms. Bye for now. I'm going to buy some chocolates. Did you hear that carefully? Bye for now. I'm going to buy some chocolates. Did I use homophones, homonyms, or homographs? Let me know in the comments below. I did a lesson on idioms recently, and if you want to learn an idiom that will teach you how to agree or disagree with someone, watch this video here. Idioms enrich our language, so you can use them to have a better command over the language and sound more like a native speaker. I'll say bye for now. Until we meet again, take care.